Good morning, students. Your Brinda ma'am is here to teach you the subject social science. Today we are going to learn our third lesson, responsibilities of a good citizen. What's the title of the lesson? Responsibilities of a good citizen. We are all citizens of India. That is, we all are members of a country. Members of a country, India. So, India is our own land, our own nature land. How? We were born and brought up in India. Our ancestors, our forefathers, that is our grandfathers, and our great grandfathers were born and brought up in India. So, India is a native land. India is our own land. So, we all have a membership in India. People who are the members of a particular country are known as citizens. People who are the members of a particular country are known as citizens. So, we are all Indians. We are all Indian citizens. Even though we live in any part of a country or live in a foreign country, for any other reasons, we are Indians and we have Indian citizenship. Why? Because we are members of a country, members of India. We have all the rights in our country. We can live here, we can vote, we can do whatever we like because we have the citizenship, we have the membership in our country. Can we do whatever we want in a foreign country? No. We can't do anything in a foreign country. Why? Because we don't have the membership of that country. So, citizen means member, whereas citizenship means membership. Now, let us learn about civics. What is civics? As a citizen, as a member of a country, we all have rights and responsibilities. We all have certain duties and rights. Hence, the study of our rights and responsibilities of a citizen is called civics. As a member, we should aware of our rights and duties. Such study is called as civics. Each and every countries have a government, a management or an administration, and we are ruled by that management. That is, we are ruled by the government. We are ruled by a power, a supreme power. That supreme power is called government. So the government are organized for the benefit of the citizen, for the benefit of the people. So what is civic? The study of the rights and responsibilities of a citizen is called civic. Now let us learn about civic sense. We are living together. We are social beings. We are depending on each other. So the society we live will expect us to have a sense of how to live properly with others. And we should follow such things in order to have a good society, in order to have a peaceful society. We should not pit in all places. We should keep our surroundings very neat. So, these are the some of the sense or understanding we all should have, know, or follow in order to have a proper life, in order to have a peaceful life in our society. Such sense is called civic sense. So, the understanding of how to conduct oneself in public is called civic sense. The understanding of how to behave oneself in a public is called civic sense. When we spit on the road or in a public place, it causes discomfort to others. This shows a lack of civic sense. Let us see some more examples. Some examples of lack of civic sense that we see among people around us are not waiting for one's turn in a queue, spitting in public places, destroying or damaging public property, breaking the traffic rules, playing loud music, honking your vehicle, that means blow the horn of a vehicle, disturbing the public peace by playing loud music, honking your vehicle, talking loudly. So, these are some of the examples of lack of civic sense that we see among people around us. As a good citizen, we should learn the qualities of a good citizen. So, a good citizen is aware of his or her rights and duties towards the community. Qualities of a good citizen. A good citizen is loyal to the country he or she belongs to. So, a good citizen is faithful to his or her motherland. A good citizen shows respect to the national anthem and the national flag of the country. So, we should respect our national flag and we should respect our national anthem. We should give respect when our flag is hoisted. A good citizen is respectful of others and public property. He or she respects the environment and does not damage it. So, a good citizen should respect the nature. We should not damage our nature. We should not do any harmful things to them. So, we should protect it. A good citizen obeys the laws and does not break rules. So, we should obey the laws and we should not break the rules. We should follow the rules. Then a good citizen is helpful to the elderly and the differently able. A good citizen should be a helpful person. A good citizen is helpful to the elderly and the differently able. So, a good citizen should be a helpful person to the old people and to the physically and mentally disabled people. A good citizen does not disturb the peace and quiet of the neighborhood. A good citizen should be a trustful person. A good citizen is trustworthy and honest. Then a good citizen is responsible for his or her actions. So, a good citizen should be a peacemaker rather than be a peace destroyer. He does not disturb the peace of his or her neighbors, that is, nearby people. And a good citizen should be a responsible person for his activities. A good citizen is courageous and stands for what is right. So he should fight for the right. A good citizen should be brave and should fight for the right things. So these are the 9 good qualities of a good citizen. That good qualities that every citizen should have. So how to be a good citizen? We should be respectful to our family members, neighbors, and classmates. We should help others in need. We should keep our place clean. We should discipline and follow the rules of our government. Democratic government. So India has a democratic government. What's the meaning of democratic? Well, we all have a right to select our leader by voting. So that is called democratic. A democratic government is referred as a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So the government is established for us and the government is for us and we can select our leaders by voting. So a person above 18 years has the right to vote. He or she has the right to select his or her leader. And another important duty of a citizen is to protect public property and personal property. What is personal property and what is public property? Things we own individually are known as personal property. That is, the things we own, like a house or a two-wheeler or a car. So, these are called personal property or private property. They are belong to us and we alone use those things. Whereas hospitals, parks, roads are called public property because they are used by everyone. Anyone can use it and everybody in a community can use it. So, as a good citizen, we should take care of public property as we take care of our own personal property. Here, school is a public property, then park, garden, hospital is another public property, then historical monuments, museum, or the public properties. School is a public property. So it's a duty of the student to take special care of their school property. We should not scribble on the wall. We should keep the school library books in a good condition. We should keep our school campus neat. So, as a good citizen, we should take care of the public properties which is used by all. Then hospital. Hospital is another public property. So we should take special care of it. We should not speak in a loud voice in a hospital which will disturb the sick people. Then public transport, park and garden or the public properties. So we should follow the rules of the park and garden. Then historical monuments, museum or the public properties. So we should keep special attention in all the public properties. So I hope you have understand the concept. We learned about the qualities of a good citizen, about democratic government and duties of a good citizen. So that's all about this lesson. I can give you the study materials for this lesson in your upcoming videos. Happy learning. Meet you in the next class with another beautiful concept. Thank you.